You gotta let people miss you and miss out on you. Let people miss out on you, man. It's a problem with always being available. It comes with a downside, constantly being available. Nowadays, we live in a world where everything is connected. Everybody is connected with social media, with the phones. We're easily accessible. It has its pros, it has its benefits, being available, being readily available, but it also got its cons, man. And you need to learn why you should start letting people miss out on you. It can get exhausting feeling like you gotta turn and you gotta jump every which way whenever somebody hits you up or whenever somebody reaches out to you. You always gotta be available. It could get exhausting. You could start feeling like, you're losing yourself you're getting lost in the sauce, man. You're getting lost in the world. You're getting lost in the process. Like, you just have to be there for everyone. And that isn't the case, man. If you being available for everybody means in turn you burn yourself out and you exhaust yourself, is not worth it then, now is it? So one of the solutions would be to set some boundaries. You gotta set boundaries, man. You gotta know your boundaries, and then others have to know your boundaries, and you gotta be willing to enforce your boundaries. People need to know that you're not always available. They need to know it by you verbally communicating that, and then also by your actions. You jumping and you running every single time your phone go off is not sending a message that you setting boundaries, that you're not always going to be available. That's showing that you are constantly available. If you're in the middle of doing something, complete what you're doing before you get to responding, before you get to jump into your phone and trying to save everybody else. It's also a level of value in someone who is not easily accessible, man. Especially when it comes to the ladies, bro. When you're dating, if you are constantly accessible and you constantly available to the woman in your life or to the women in your life, I know it ain't gonna sound good, but you gotta have something going on that's bigger than just your relationship or just your girl. You gotta have something else going on, and that needs to be occupying up. Your purpose needs to be occupying up most of your time, right? Your girl should not be occupying all of your time. If you always available for her, that means you ain't got enough going on, man. Unless you done figured life out, and you've mastered life, and you have nothing else to do. You have no purpose that you're following. You need to be purpose driven and not woman driven or relationship driven. You need to take time to focus on your dreams, to focus on your goals, to focus on things that you are trying to accomplish. And in the midst of you doing that, in the midst of you focusing on that, that means some of your time is going to get sacrificed. Some of your time for others is going to get sacrificed. It's not enough time in a day. I just made a video about it, about your time. It's not enough time to go around for everything and everyone. So something is going to get sacrificed. So that's why you have to set those boundaries so that you can accomplish things that you need to accomplish in a short amount of time that you got on this earth. You need to recognize that you got your own needs. You have your own desires, you have your own dreams, and those things need to be fulfilled. And you need to prioritize those things in order to be happy. You can't prioritize the desires and the needs of everyone else around you and not prioritize your own. That leads to unhappiness, man. That leads to depression. It leads to resentment and regret. Let people miss out on you. You are not obligated to say yes to every single request or every single invitation. You are not obligated to say yes to them all. Let people miss out on you. When you're not always saying yes to every single thing, when you're not always saying yes to every single request, you giving yourself the freedom and the time to focus on what's most important to you. And unfortunately, we are selfish creatures. We prioritize, or we should prioritize, self first. So when you giving yourself time to focus on what's more important to you, you're going to feel better about it instead of going through with some things that you don't want to go through with, or that you really didn't have the time for, or that you really didn't have the money for, but you said yes anyway. You signed up for it anyway. The benefits of letting people miss out on you. You have more time to focus on your goals. You have more time to focus on your dreams. You have more time to focus on yourself, on self-improvement. You got more time to focus on your passions. You got more time to focus on your purpose, on your interests, focusing on yourself, not always being readily available. When I shoot content, Like the video I'm making right now currently, when I shoot content, my phone is put away. My phone is put to the side. If it rings, if it vibrates, I'll get to it when I finish what I'm doing. But if you become a slave to that phone, a slave to that text message noise, a slave to the Instagram notifications, right? You are forever going to be just checking and I got somebody calling somebody, and that's taken away and distracting from what you're supposed to be doing. My phone goes off all day. Goes off all day. But I'm not jumping to it every single. If it's in my hand, if it's around me, if it's near me, cool. But if I'm doing something like what I'm doing now, or if I'm focused on my purpose, or if I'm reading, or if I'm working out, or whatever the case may be, doing something where I just want to enjoy myself and I don't want to be bothered with my phone, I get to it when I get to it. Let people miss out on you. You do not want to be the always available, always ready person, man. That means you don't got enough. That means you don't got enough going on, bro. If you always ready, if you always available, you ain't got enough going on. You're not living within your purpose. I hope this is resonating with you. I hope you learning something from this, knowing that it's okay to let people miss out on you, and actually is more than okay to let people miss out on you. It's actually necessary. It actually should be a requirement. And then you can also kind of gauge and see who really rocking with you. You know, sometimes if you fall back for a second, you will find out that wasn't your friend, or they wasn't really rocking with you like that. You fall back and you look up, it's like, oh, I ain't heard from this person in 2 years. Find out you was the one initiating, you was the one, you know, keeping the relationship alive, keeping things alive. It was you that was keeping it alive. Once you fall back and say, all right, I'm gonna let some people miss me. I'm gonna let some people miss out on me. Now some of those relationships are gone. You was the only one keeping it alive. Now you got rid of some dead weight. It's a lot of benefits, man. Be unavailable sometimes. Let people miss out on you sometimes. Focus on what you gotta focus on. This life is way too short. These days are way too short. These years are going way too fast for you to be occupying your time with everything other than yourself, with what everybody else got going on. Keep that in mind, bro, please. Look, man, if you got any game that you need, if you got any topics you want me to discuss, shoot me an email, gametoliveby.com. Join the Patreon, hit subscribe, hit like, share the channel, all that good stuff. I got more videos on the way, man. Peace.